Good morning, and a bright, shiny Winnipeg morning to you. Sun came up about, I'm guessing almost 20 minutes ago. And the weather looks like it's going to be nice. I haven't checked it yet. It's a good thing because in a very few minutes I got to start getting ready to go to see for my doctor's appointment. And I did come back to the model table yesterday. And I did put in the switch. It's not the way I had originally thought I was going to do it. Well, actually, it's the way I had originally thought, but it wasn't what we talked about yesterday. So if you want to see what I ended up doing, I guess you're going to be stuck watching the rollback. In the meantime, I'm going to get cleaned up here. And I was thinking, on the way back from the doctor's appointment, now I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I don't have to go too far out of my way to come past the hobby store. Maybe only a kilometer extra driving. That's about it. And we need the X20 thinner and the crystal clear, and also one of those fiberglass scratch brushes. I should really write that down. And, well, I can write it down later. If I leave the pencil right here, I'll remember to do it. Yeah, and anything else I think we might need. I think we got enough hull red, and we've got enough of the the XF66 we were going to use on the side of the hull, because that's pretty much about the next thing we got to do here is get the hull painted. I have a few little concerns about the deck tan and the clear coat. Oh, maybe I should get another thing of clear coat. I guess I better write that down. Okay. Anyway, let's just sort of roll back here, and you'll see how it is we got to the mess we're in right now that I'm going to be cleaning up after I push stop. So let's roll back. I've been thinking about that little cord that I showed you in yesterday's video. You know, the one that we used to plug in the Christmas tree? And I was realizing that once I, take the switch out of it, it's sort of, in a way, losing a little bit of its meaningfulness. And then I remembered later that down here in my workshop, I saved cords, like let's say I was going to go and get rid of the old microwave that didn't work anymore. I'd cut the cord off and I'd save it. And then I've got another box in the other part there that's got a lot of house wiring type switches and plugs and stuff like that. I honestly can't remember what all is in there anymore, but I might be able to rig something up and not have to desecrate our little nostalgic cord. And I'll move you in here. I've got there's more stuff underneath there yet, but it's not going to really be any good for what we want. Yeah, I'll move you in if I can get over there. Okay, here's something that you'd use to plug in the back of a computer. Now I'm really only interested in the ones that have, that have the 3 prongs, because then I'll be able to have it with a ground. Okay, here's something that could be used. Looks like fairly heavy duty wire. It looks like it's at least, I guess, number 16. Probably says on here somewhere. But all it has to do is run a little fan that probably only takes 300-400 watts at the most. So something like that would work. You know, one day people are going to go through my basement and they're going to say, why did he keep all that junk? Alright, here's something that I had rigged up at one time for something. It might actually work. This might actually work. Let's see what happens here. Oh no, it's just a 2-wire. I want 3 wires. Okay. Alright, here's another 3-wire cord. This is probably, I'm guessing this would be from an old microwave. Going by the way it's got, I can't really show you here. It's got these things on it, so I undoubtedly unplugged it off of something. Anyway, that's the plan right now. If I can't find a receptacle, I might be able to use this. Let's go and see what we got in the other part of the workshop. We'll rig something up. Oh, I see another one down here. Oh, this is a short one. Okay, let's go see what we got in the other part of the workshop. You know, in the early days when I used to start do videos down here, I would get comments from people telling me how nice and neat my workshop was. I don't get those comments anymore. A place for everything and everything in its place. At least that's the way it used to be. Okay, here I got a cover. I got a switch cover. Now mind you, this has already got a cover. I thought I had more of these boxes than I do. Looks like I've only got 2 left. But I only need, basically I could get away with just 1. Here's another plug. This is for a minute there I thought we had a plug that I could use, but this is a 220 plug. Okay, here's a switch. So we can use that. I think probably we got enough stuff here. This is for 220, that's no good to us. Now, those of you who are in the UK, or probably almost anywhere except North America, you don't have the problem of getting the wires, having to have your wires right, because 220, it doesn't matter if it goes this way or if it goes this way. It's, you know, that's not the way it works. Like I got a lot of 220 down here in my workshop. This thing's 220. Almost all my heavy duty stuff, like this is 220. But the house is 110. Or maybe you'd say 120, 240, you know, that sort of thing. I think just about every time I take a measurement of my electricity voltage, it's usually around 118 or so, or 230 237, 238, right around there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's see if I can get organized here and make something up. And then we'll go back upstairs. Okay, this wide one is what you would call the ground, and this narrower one is what you call the hot one, or the live one, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so that means that the live one is smooth, and the hot one has got little ridges on it there. In other words, it's coated, it's keyed. And on this one, it was the same thing. Now I've cut it off, but the rounded one here, this one here, it's rounded that way. This will be the hot one, and this one here will be the ground. So what we can do is, or what I plan to do is, I want to have the switch break the circuit on the hot one, and the ground one can just stay connected. So the idea is, okay, let's get this a little bit together here. I don't have a whole lot of slack going on here, so that'll go in like this. And then where's the other end of this now? Okay. Now this is not exactly the way I'd planned to do it. I had wanted to have this box grounded, and I was going to use the three prong plug, but I've since changed my mind, and this is going to be okay. All right. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get this all joined together and in place, and then I'll show you what I got planned here. Oh, I see what's happening. The bolt is catching on this thing, or the screw rather. Oh, it's more of a bolt, isn't it? I think I'll back it back out and cut it off. Okay, push stop. Okay, now one of these is supposed to go to hold the faceplate in place, but the thread is the same, so why not? This doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work and be safe. Okay, now this one we can tighten it down. Okay, so this is in the on position right now. So that must mean that's the off position, right? Okay, I think we're probably safe to mount this, and I'll show you where I'm going to mount it here. So let me swing the camera around. In other words, as I say, recompose here. I think I better snug this up just a little bit. Now, this is not designed for this kind of wire. So needless to say, I don't want to be cranking it down very hard. I just want to have it so that it's going to not rattle around. I think that'll be fine. I could tighten it more, but like I say, I just want it so it's not going to be, you know, pulling in and out, which I probably could pull it out if I pulled real hard, but I'm not going to pull real hard, right? Okay. Maybe this one could be just a little bit more here. Yeah, that's safe. Now my original plan was to mount it right up tight against the top there, but then I realized that if I do that, I can't get this on. Okay, I realize that the lighting here is not the greatest. And now I'm going to have it down just a little bit. Maybe tighten this up just a little bit more. A little bit more. Alright. Now we're going to put one more on here. Now this is probably going to go right through and out the other side. So, there we go. Maybe what I'll do with this one is I just won't go all the way through. There, I'm starting to feel it. And it'll keep it from twisting around. That'll be alright. Now these plastic covers crack real easy, so I don't want to be tightening it up too much. Okay, let's try it out. Okay, we're all plugged in over on the other side, and this is honestly the first time I'm trying it, so let's see what happens. Is there going to be a big flash and the lights go out, or are we going to hear the fan go on? And our Christmas tree thingamajiggy here has been spared. Yeah. Okay, now you don't have to listen to me saying, one of these days I'm going to put a switch on there. Well, I am back, and my coffee is very cold. Now, I've been back for a couple hours already. It went extremely well. I sort of warned that, you know, Friday rush hour traffic might be kind of bad, and I might have a hard time finding a place to park, so I left extra early. Well, don't you know, the traffic's flowing along. It's heavy, but it's flowing. And I'm getting one green light after the other. And I get myself downtown and I get a nice parking spot right close to the exit where I want to go across the street to the clinic. And I get into the clinic and I apologize to the person, the reception there, that for being early, but I said I didn't know how the parking and so on was going to be. And so she made small talk about parking and so on, and says, have a seat. And so I figured I'm probably going to be sitting there for an hour until it's my turn. Well, I kid you not, I was sitting down for maybe not even 3 minutes, and they call my name. Well, it turns out there was a cancellation ahead of me, and the doctor took me early. Well, I guess to try and make a long story short, and that's kind of hard for me, I went and I had my blood test after I saw the doctor, and he had phoned in a prescription to the pharmacy close to where I live here. So on my way home, I stopped off at the pharmacy, picked up the prescription. I was pulling into my driveway at almost exactly the time that my appointment had been scheduled for. I think my appointment was scheduled for 10:20. And I think I was pulling in at, well, if I superimpose it, you'll see the time there. Now, there's something that's kind of funny that happened when I left the house early. Watch me pull out, and other than I don't signal to that I'm going to make a right turn. I don't know if you have to signal to turn to pull out of your driveway or not, but it can't hurt anything. But that's not what I'm talking about. There's something I forgot, and a lot of you viewers are very astute. And let's see if you pick up on it as you watch me drive away. And I'll show you tomorrow. See how many people actually catch it. Anyway, bottom line is we're back, and we're back at the model. Oh, and how did it go? Well, it was very encouraging so far. We'll get the results from the blood test and just see how things go. I'm feeling very upbeat today. That doesn't mean I'm going to have an extra long episode and spend a lot of time modeling, but I think I did say that we would take a close look. So before we close this episode off, just let me recompose here, and we'll just move in on this deck here. Okay, this is about as close as I can get without using the macro lens. I did not stop off at the hobby store. I guess maybe you picked up on that earlier when I found out later that they were closed for browsing. I'll probably just order the stuff online and maybe drive over and pick it up. Okay, you know what? I think we're done here for today. So maybe we'll be back to normal tomorrow, I hope. I saw something really interesting in the backyard. I'll show you that tomorrow. I did go out there with my camera in the backyard this morning, but I don't have time now to edit it out and have it make any kind of sense. It was beside the bird feeder. Oh, and the snow is all gone in the backyard. It just went almost, you might say, overnight. That huge snowdrift that was back there. Anyway, we'll be checking that out tomorrow. And maybe we might even have something to do with the model ship tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we will be seeing you tomorrow.